Trump won. Yes, I am disappointed. You guys know me. But no, I'm not surprised. I remember 2016, there are still videos of me on the internet crying. I was younger, a little more naive, and totally hit by a ton of bricks. I was in shock. This time, I don't know. I feel sort of numb. I posted a series of Instagram stories as the results were sort of finalized, and that's sort of my lasting impression. I feel kind of numb, and I'm not surprised, and I don't know if it's because postpartum depression or if it's because I sort of saw this coming. You know, like whenever you're about to break up with somebody, but you know the relationship's been bad for a long time, so you know the end is sort of inevitable, as opposed to someone just blindsiding you and dumping you and then you're heartbroken. 2016, total blindsided, heartbroken, at least that was my experience, and this time, I sort of had a feeling it was not gonna go the way I wanted it to. Do I want to play the blame game? I don't know. There are things I could say. She started really strong. I mean, there was a lot of support, which I did feel confident at one point. Right when she was announced, I was like, yes, people are fired up. This can happen. That confidence dwindled pretty quickly. I still stayed strong, right? I stayed strong in promoting, but it just, I knew it. I do think Democrats should have had Biden out. I think we should have had a legit primary. I don't think there was enough time, and there are other options that might have been better. Honest to God, though, all that aside, I don't think Democrats really had a chance this election cycle, because post-COVID, everything's more expensive, right? We've got more expensive gas, more expensive groceries. Like, everything is high. It's actually currently right now lower than it has been since COVID, but that doesn't make a difference. It's still high, and people who are struggling see that. They see how much milk costs, they see how much a gallon of gas costs, and that's where they vote. Whoever is in office gets the blame. Democrats were in office. We had Biden. We were going to get that smack in the face no matter who was running. It's hard to conceptualize and comprehend how far back things start and where original sources of problems begin, and that's the battle we just have to continue fighting and apparently do a better job at doing that. Should have done Rogan. Traditional media just, it ain't it anymore, guys. Trump understood that, and she didn't. That's huge. But just shifting away from her and her campaign in general, we need to be better at not going towards traditional media. Like, they don't care, right? We need to stay focused on what people listen to, what people relate to, and people relate to social media, to podcasts. If you look at podcasts, the leading podcasts are all very right-leaning. We don't have that. We need to get on that, guys. We have 4 years before the next election. Let's get our shit together in time for that, okay? You hear me, Pete? Oh, and that for sure does not mean wait until 2028 to get active, vote in every election, be very vocal and outspoken on every issue, starting now up until then. Because y'all, we have an uphill battle and we need to fight it. No. I'm not fucking happy Trump won. I'm afraid about several things, right? The Supreme Court right now that we have is already right-leaning, and some of the older folks on the right, if they step down and get replaced with young, possibly even more radical individuals, I could be dealing with this after my retirement, guys. This is gonna last for a long time. They don't get voted out. I'm worried about women's rights, LGBT rights, with a House and Senate that's now Republican. A lot of people are checking out right now, and I get it. This is not where a lot of Americans wanted to be, but we are here. And if you heard what I just said, there's a lot that we're gonna have to actively fight against over the next 4 years. Like, Project 2025 cannot happen. Take whatever time you need to refresh, but then come back strong, because right now, more than ever, we need to work together. The president isn't everything, and we still can vote. We can still make our voices heard, and we can still fight against things we do not believe in and stand for what we do believe in. I'd like to make a very strong point right now that I have not heard anybody else say. Okay, politics didn't used to be like this. The vitriol and the rhetoric, it is so ugly, it's so demeaning, it's so divisive, and it has not always been this way. And not that long ago, here, let me play a clip.
We're scared of an Obama presidency, and I'll tell you why. I'm concerned about someone that cohorts with domestic terrorists such as heirs.
I have to tell you, he is a decent person and a person that you do not have to be scared as President of the United States. Now, look,
I got to ask you a question. I do not believe in, I can't trust Obama. I have read about him, and he's an Arab. He is not. No.
No, ma'am. He's a decent family man, citizen that I just happen to have disagreements with on fundamental issues, and that's what this campaign is all about. He's not. Thank you. Thank you.
McCain was a class act, rest in peace. I respect the hell out of him, and I wish we could be like that again. Today we got the name calling, the shaming. I understand, right? The stakes are high. I get it. People are fired up for what they are passionate about. I get it. But acting like a toddler throwing a tantrum makes you look like a toddler throwing a tantrum. Trump is president, okay? If Harris won, I actually don't think I'd be able to make the point that I'm about to make, so I'll take it for what it is, because it's hard for someone who lost to hear advice, right, from the winners, because it seems like gloating. So since I'm in the losing camp right now, I'm gonna say this, and hopefully it lands. Be respectful, okay? He is the president, whether or not you like it. We have to accept it. We have to move forward. And if you love and support your country, which you should, even if you're pissed off and you don't get what you want, you should still support your country. We are all on a plane right now, and he is the captain of that plane. We're all on it whether or not you want to be on it. So let's hope for a safe landing. We all should want that. And now we're in a position to model this behavior for when the tides eventually turn. Accept the outcome, wish for the best, and keep fighting for America. Try not to call the other side like evil or stupid or whatever it may be. Let's model the behavior that we want to see America be. That might be hard too, because there are a lot of sore winners out there. I've seen it. And I'll never understand. I don't understand the divisiveness that makes someone want to reach out and gloat or hurt somebody that's clearly heartbroken or trying to make sense of the world around them and however best they can. Like, that to me doesn't make sense. Like, sure, disagree all day, but stay human and stay humble. Like I said, things shift, because before you know it, you are gonna be on the losing end of things again, my friends. That's just how it goes. But for now, most of America apparently does feel a type of way that I don't necessarily understand. So I think it's better to try to understand, to be curious rather than be hateful, and model this for the next election. Let's go back to the days of McCain attitudes. Be the version of America now that you want it to be in the future. And don't stoop. Don't give them the anger, because that's what they so desperately want, right? They want to get a rise out of you. They want you to act a fool so that they can point their fingers at you and make judgments on an entire party. That's what they want more than anything, and don't give them that. They already got one win, don't give them two. They don't want to see respectful acceptance, guys. They want to see meltdowns. They want to see the bad behavior. Because guess what? Then they can continue to be divisive and demonize people who think differently. And yes, it's on both sides, which is why I'm saying model the behavior you want to see. Start now while we're on the losing end and show what a mature outcome and acceptance can be. Be strong, but be poised and get ready. Don't check out. We need to prepare for what's to come, and that's gonna take all of us. Take a break if you need, but please do not overall disengage. Yesterday I grieved. Today I am ready to fight, because at the end of it, we're all on this plane together. All right.